Abandoned farm. John has always been drawn to the eerie and the unknown. Abandoned places, untouched for years, ignite his curiosity. For his YouTube channel, Exploration Unknown, he seeks out locations where no one dares to venture, forgotten, left to decay. On November 16, 2017, he posted a video that even he couldn't believe. Entering an abandoned farm, John found dilapidated structures, shattered windows, and cracked walls. The silence was oppressive, as if sound itself had fled.
It's an abandoned farmstead that has been abandoned for a long time. They say it's haunted. Don't really know the whole story. I will try to find out for you, but yeah, it's a pretty cool place, and we're going to explore it. So hop aboard, saddle up, and let's go. Follow me. As you can see, I wasn't kidding about being in the woods. I'm coming up on some structures here. I have to kind of walk off the woods a little bit to get this place. It was over 100 acres of land. I don't know that I got this the last time, but I will link the daytime video down below. Yeah, it looks like they burnt maybe trash or something here. It's a big barrel. That's crazy. Looks like the little pans over here. Old cans of ham they'd used to feed the chickens, it looks like. Look at all this kindling wood here. Wow.
Time seemed frozen, the air heavy with the weight of neglect. Everything suggested the story could end right there. John explored every corner. The rusted chicken coops where feathers crunched underfoot.
Oh, inside the old chicken coop. Crazy. Some glass and stuff down there for some reason. I don't know why there'd be glass in an old chicken coop, but okay. These old pallets and stuff here. Yeah, that old muddy, knobby tire over there. Over here's where the good stuff is. There's a bunch of stuff down here, just a bunch of junk. There's another knobby tire. Let's go over this way. It's a big stack of wood. Actually looks to be good. It's like some rough cut barn wood there.
The old garage, the scattered remnants of a forsaken home. Nothing unusual happened, and John himself admitted feeling nothing out of the ordinary.
Crazy. Yeah, this is cool. All these cans of oil. They're like preserved. Imagine these are pretty old. Now, I came here when I first started my channel. I'm not going to show you the paperwork here, but and I filmed this place. Filmed this truck. And I made no bones about it. This is my dream truck. This is the truck I want. It can be fixed up, restored. It's actually got a really good body. I'll get y'all around here, show you the front of this thing. I mean, the body's in decent shape. Just needs a little cleaning. I am happy to say I found the owner of this thing. And I, yes me, have purchased the truck.
He asked his followers to comment if they spotted anything strange. Then came the moment that changed everything. A viewer's comment pointed John to a specific frame. Hesitant, he reviewed the footage, and for the first time, he was confronted with something inexplicable. In a fleeting instant, a shadow, or perhaps a faint face, appeared behind a tree.
Oh, I just love being out in the woods at night. Something really freaking cool about it. Okay, I think I need to go this way. There's an old picnic table here. It's an old outboard boat motor. It's crazy. Really missed on this last time. There's the house. Looks like they're in the process of finishing tearing it down because they had siding on it last time I was here. Crazy. It's one heck of a doghouse here.
It wasn't clear, wasn't identifiable, just a cold, still shape watching John. The camera moved past quickly, capturing it only for a moment in the farm's deathly silence. Even John couldn't believe it. One question lingers. What was it? Was John in danger, unaware of the presence stalking him? Creepy Trail of the Man with the Axe. The YouTube channel, Ray RCL, is known for its chilling, mysterious content, diving into moments that strip away any sense of safety. It focuses not on nature's beauty, but on places people avoid, sounds that shouldn't be heard, and sights better left unrecorded.
Actually, pretty happy about this spot. I found a deer trail. Look where it goes. So I, parked down that way, walked up here. It keeps going on up there.
A video posted on May 27, 2025, fits this mold perfectly. At first, it seems like an ordinary camping trip. But a brief, fleeting scene in the middle changes everything, unnoticed by the narrator, unexplained, yet impossible to forget once seen.
I think the perfect spot would be right here. This good old spot. And just look straight up there, and if any deer come walking by, I'll catch them. So I need to get the trail cam and set it up. And we got her. So here's the trail cam, got it set up. It's facing over there perfectly.
The narrator sets up a recorder with headphones in the wilderness, far from civilization, aiming to capture nature's ambient sounds. Just him, the microphone, and the surrounding silence.
And I've got another issue too, I don't know. It's because the thing is, I have the trail cam directly on the trail. Trail cams do best at like an angle. Not like this or like this. At an angle. Like this. But I have this going straight up. If something's coming right at me, sometimes the trail cam just doesn't want to move for it. It should, but sometimes it doesn't. So in order to not risk that, instead I'm just going to do a time lapse. I think time lapses are more fun anyways. So here's the trail cam. Got it set up. It's facing over there perfectly. But I've got a nice little treat for you guys. There's the sound recorder. Okay. So I'm going to have the trail cam going. I'm also going to have the sound recorder going. I'm going to listen to the audio first, and then the trail cam, just to see what we hear and then what we see. Because that's kind of the fun. You hear something and then see it later.
Hours later.
Oh, it's there. It's funny. Half an hour down the trail, I actually passed somebody. But see, the trail splits. And then this is just a deer trail. There's actually a more main trail that some people hike. So I'm thinking they came from that way. Just really hoping it didn't steal my stuff. Oh, I think we're in luck. Nope, didn't get stolen. It's still here. Okay. There's my stuff, still here, waiting for me. In the outer quarter, it looks like it turned off. That's okay, it just means the batteries died probably not long ago.
He retrieves the device and reviews the audio. Amid the expected rustle of wind and birds, something unsettling emerges. Sounds that are strange, unnatural, and sourceless. Not from animals, not from the environment. Alarmed, he turns to the footage from a camera positioned near the recorder. For hours, the video shows nothing but the stillness of the night. But as it nears the end, around 4:00 a.m., a single frame stops in cold. A man appears in the center of the shot, right where the recorder was placed. His appearance is chilling. He wears no shirt, only pants, his form faintly visible in the dim night. In his hand, he grips an axe tightly. What was he doing there? Why at that hour? Why half-naked, wielding an axe? No answers exist. Just a single frame, sparking 1,000 questions. The video ends with that image. No explanation, no sound, just a frozen moment. But that single frame feels more real, more terrifying than any scripted horror. Because this wasn't staged, it happened. It was recorded. Camp in an abandoned church. On December 24, 2021, Philip, the daring adventurer behind the YouTube channel West Goes East set out to record an unprecedented experience, camping overnight in the heart of a remote, abandoned church. He brought an arsenal of gear to monitor his surroundings, but nothing could prepare him for what would disrupt his sleep. No one in their right mind would camp in a derelict church in the dead of winter on the longest night of the year, yet Philip did. His journey began with a trek through a dense forest.
To camp tonight in a creepy woods. Not only is it winter solstice, so it's the shortest day of the year, which means by 4 o'clock I'm basically going to be sat in my tent in the dark for the longest period possible in the year. The temperatures are going to be near freezing, but the worst part about it is I plan to camp in the creepy woods next to an abandoned church, which also used to be doubled up as a school. So yeah, the church itself is actually, I've looked online and it says it's private property, keep out, there's no roof on it. So whether I'll sleep inside it or not, I'll try and at least sleep near it so I can see it. I'm actually genuinely shitting my pants slightly because I'm just gonna be sat in the dark for ages. I've brought a book, but yeah, the idea of parking in Arundel and walking like the 13 miles to Bedham was so that I'm hopefully exhausted by the time I get there and I can hopefully fall to sleep with relative ease, because I know last night I was kind of up and down worrying about tonight basically. So the plan is, if I don't sleep in the church itself, I will sleep nearby as long as I can see it, and then when it gets like fully dark I'll go and investigate with my torch and phone and camera and stuff and record it. And in an ideal world I don't want to see any ghosts. Obviously it would make for great content, but I'll be absolutely terrified.
The biting wind trembling his hands as he pressed forward. He admitted it would be a tough night, but his excitement outshone his fear. As he hiked, his heavy backpack weighing him down, Philip's anticipation kept him restless. His camera rolled, capturing his monologue about why he chose to camp in a forsaken church. He craved something real, terrifyingly real, a moment that might haunt him for years. In the heavy silence of the forest, amid barren branches on a clouded sky, Philip felt that if he were to encounter something beyond nature, it would be here.
And the fact that it used to be a school, you know, it's just going to be like some child ghost singing Ring a Ring a Roses around me or something terrifying like that. Yeah, like I said, it used to be a school. I've done a little bit of research, and the church was built in 1880, and then yeah, it was split between a church and a school, and then it finally shut its doors in 1959, and it's just been like a ruin ever since. But yeah, it certainly is a creepy setting. So I'm a little bit nervous. I did a Instagram poll whether I should actually camp in an abandoned woods, well, church woods, just to see whether people would be interested to see the footage, and also to give me that extra kick up the butt to make me do it, because I know if I hadn't done it I'd probably would have shied away from it. And it was a resounding yes. People were saying, yeah, you gotta go and do that. Yeah, quite a grey day today. It was meant to be sunny. I guess it adds to the atmosphere, I guess. But it's almost 12 o'clock, so I kind of need to get a move on. It's going to sort of start getting dark around 3-ish. I think the sun sets at 4 o'clock. It's crazy, right? It's the shortest day of the year. And it's going to be obviously a lot darker in the woods because it's undercover. I want to get there with enough light to do some little shots of the church, maybe a few drone shots. Yeah, I'm okay, I'm feeling alright. I'm a little bit nervous.
The path to the church was grueling, but his excitement masked any fatigue. Nature, however, seemed to test him. After hours of walking, just when the trail should have eased, a vast, muddy swamp blocked his way. There was no turning back, no way around. Philip had to cross.
So this section of the hike is extremely boggy, but really beautiful though. Lots of wild, I mean, where am I going to go here? I'm literally I actually think I'm gonna have to get proper wet. Let's test out the durability and the waterproofness of these. Oh man. See what this happens. Oh. This is gonna go terribly wrong. I can't do it. Oh man. Right. Try again. I'm gonna have to make a jump for it. Once I get onto that bit there.
The ground was soft, each step sinking into sludge with a sickening squelch. The cold and the unexpected soaking were part of the plan, but his resolve was stronger than discomfort.
Pay for, but actually really like it. It's I guess it's a bit more like Google Maps, but more for like hiking and cycling routes. So you can actually put an end and a start point in, and it tells you like I've been going for 3 hours 7 minutes. I've got 47 minutes left remaining. Pretty cool that it tells you those sort of stats. So I recommend Komoot as an app. I've had to go pretty fast pace because, like I said, I want to get there before it's dark. So I'm actually due to get there dead on 3, which is what I plan to do. So that should give me about an hour worth of time to be able to put up my tent and do some drone and do some filming and stuff. But I'll definitely speak to you next time when I'm entering the creepy woods. So I've arrived. I can see it in front of me, about 40 meters in front of me.
Soaked and mud-caked, he pushed through. Finally, emerging from the lifeless forest, Philip reached the church.
Oh, it's my home for tonight. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty creepy.
Even from a distance, an unshakable, heavy feeling gripped him. The structure loomed like a forgotten ruin, its walls bowed under time's weight, its roof long collapsed.
I think I'll be all right. Let's see if I can get in. Yeah, it does say private property, please keep out. I'll just ignore that for the time being. Danger, keep out.
A rusted sign on the entrance read, "Private property, no trespassing." The warning made his next step feel heavier, but Philip's curiosity won. Inside, the roofless, silent church revealed something chilling. A meticulously laid 5-pointed star made of bricks, not natural, not accidental, clearly crafted with intent.
It's like someone's almost done a pentagram, is that what they're called? And they worship the dead out of bricks. It's nice.
The walls were scrawled with cryptic graffiti, strange lines and shapes hinting at a purpose beyond art.
For the worship of Almighty God, in gratitude for many blessings, this building was erected by W.M. Townley Mitford of Pitt's Hill, Anno Domini 1880. Here we are. Fireplace.
Each step deepened Philip's sense that this was no ordinary ruin. Something lingered here. He explored methodically, recording every detail as the silence pressed in. Determined to immerse himself fully.
I mean, pretty out of the way. I'm not sure anyone's going to come in, apart from ghosts. Does say danger, keep out though. I'm gonna weigh that one up. Have a little walk around for the bit. Get my bearings and then decide. I think I'm actually going to sleep inside the church tonight. I know it says danger, keep out, but I was thinking if I go there, I mean, what danger am I at apart from ghosts trying to freak me out at night? I'm guessing they're saying danger, keep out in case that structure falls down, but there's no wind whatsoever tonight. It's like super calm, so I'd be very surprised that fell down, and even if it does, it wouldn't reach to there. I didn't actually come with the intention to sleep in the church, but if I'm going to do something, I might as well do it properly, eh? And I don't know, I kind of feel safe. I'm like enclosed, you know. God is looking after me. Are you God? Please, God. So I'm going to pitch my tent up now, and hope no one disturbs me throughout the night, and I'll speak to you shortly.
He decided to camp right there, pitching his small tent where the altar once stood. His heartbeat seemed louder than ever. After setting up, he wandered the church again, hearing faint sounds that unsettled him.
So every noise I hear plays havoc with my brain and my imagination. There's quite a bit of noise, just random knocking.
He tried to distract himself, talking about other things, but as hours passed and darkness fell, boredom set in. His phone had no signal. Restless, he stepped outside to explore.
Wildlife noises, which have been pretty creepy, but nothing totally out of the ordinary just yet. Going through the door.
Then returned to cook and eat dinner. Wanting to warm the eerie atmosphere, he tried to start a fire. He heard something unmistakable, footsteps, as if someone were entering the church.
Someone just tried to come in. Lights failing.
In that frigid night, in the heart of a half-ruined church surrounded by mysterious symbols, Philip closed his eyes. No shadow appeared on camera, no terrifying image was captured, but one thing stuck with him. The sounds he heard that night, especially those footsteps, were real. To this day, he's unsure who or what made them.
Sorry to disappoint, but I didn't see any ghosts or experience any paranormal activity. I did hear a lot of creepy noises though, that certainly made my heart race. I think the reason why I didn't sleep was 3 factors. One, it was cold. I was just so uncomfortable. My pillow didn't like, and my mattress just couldn't get to sleep because of that. And obviously the third one, I was sleeping in a creepy church, so my mind did start to play tricks on me. Every noise I heard, I was like, that's a ghost, that's a ghost. But yeah, made it out alive. I'm happy I did it. I think the reason why I did it, I mean, I was umming and ahhing. I literally the night before I was like, I'm not gonna do it, I'm not gonna do it, it's gonna be too scary. But I made myself, and I like to think now that I can pretty much do anything, not anything, but if I'm scared I can probably do it. Yeah, like camping anywhere else is just going to be a breeze from now on. I like to push myself out of my comfort zone, and made me feel alive, sort of. Don't feel very alive now though. I feel shattered, so I'm going to wait for the train. You can probably hear my voice how tired I am. It's 10-minute train ride to Arundel. Hopefully there'll be a nice sunrise, and hopefully I got a little bit of battery life in my drone to do some shots of the castle. But if not, my car's there waiting for me, and that will be it. See you then.
Strange noises in the night. On March 28th, 2021, Alexander posted a new video to his YouTube channel, Xander Butnick. As always, it carried his signature calm, soothing vibe, hiking through nature, cooking simple meals in the wilderness. But what made this day unforgettable was what happened toward the video's end. It started as a perfect day. After exploring the forest, Alexander found a cozy spot to camp.
I just did a little hike around. This place seems to be as good as any. Nowhere else is this flat. Everywhere else is covered in snow. This place doesn't have many trees that I can hang my tarp from, so I'm gonna have to collect some sticks and make a frame of some sort, but that'll be fun. So, home sweet home.
A serene clearing with birdsong and soft sunlight filtering through branches. He set up his tent with care, the routine of pitching camp and gathering firewood grounding him in the moment. Everything felt peaceful.
I got a special treat today, if all goes according to plan, which it probably won't. I don't have high hopes for this, that's for sure. I'm gonna cook pizzas, or Hot Pockets, or Pizza Pockets. Could be an absolute disaster. I'm gonna let the fire settle before I cook the steak. That'll be a better idea. So I'm gonna wait on that. Dough, flour, mozzarella, green pepper, onions, tomato sauce. Let's see how this goes. Nope, it worked. It definitely worked. One side looks really good and then the other side is completely burnt, but the burnt side isn't as bad as it looks. I was expecting that to be a disaster. Like an absolute disaster. But it worked out. It's damn nice to be outside. Just damn nice. So it's getting to be about that time where bears are coming out of hibernation. I'm not exactly sure when they come out, but just to be safe, I'm going to start hanging my food up in trees again, away from camp. So I was going to do that just now, and I attached this long piece of paracord to this log and I hucked it up over a branch. But all the rope came with it, and I thought it wasn't gonna go with it, but it did. And the log got caught about 20 feet off the ground. So I had to spend the next like 5-10 minutes just poking it out with a stick. I feel a little bit goofy, but hey, I got it back, and we're ready to give it another attempt at a different location. Hopefully not gonna get stuck this time.
As dusk settled, the air grew restless, but Alexander pushed aside his unease, determined to enjoy the experience. He prepared dinner, hung his food away from camp to deter bears and other animals, and slipped into his sleeping bag.
I mean, should we talk about those noises last night? What were those? It's like a crying noise. I think it was a baby moose. I couldn't see them, it was too dark, but they were just down there in the water. Yeah, pretty cool stuff. Freaky stuff, but pretty cool. You're hearing all that splashing around down there? Like, it's like, I'm trying to sleep here. It's kind of creepy.
Gazing at the fire's glow, he drifted into a quiet sleep. About 2 hours later, with the fire reduced to smoldering embers, silence enveloped the camp. Then, a strange sound pierced the night. Alexander jolted awake, disoriented but alert. For a few seconds he listened, his mind racing. What could make such a noise at this hour? The sound lingered in his memory, vivid and unnerving. Minutes passed. He crawled back into his sleeping bag, but sleep wouldn't come. He lay tense, waiting for another sound that never arrived. That silence, perhaps, was the most terrifying part of all. Scary attack while van camping.
Well, this is apparently where I'm supposed to be staying tonight, and I don't really feel safe staying here. I think someone's outside the van. Hey!
No one expects a quiet coastal town in England, with its faded houses and deserted streets, to become the stage for a night of pure dread. But that's exactly what happened to Brendan, known to his audience for peaceful travels, nature camping, and meticulous van cooking on his YouTube channel, Brendan Explores. On February 11, 2024, he posted a video that carried an unsettling edge from the start.
So here we are, in a place called Dedham. Greeted by the local swans and, what are those birds? Pigeons? Yeah, sounds about right. So this is a little park up, not a bad little spot actually, where I saw them park for night, and someone had said that they've also stayed the night here. Now we're not going to stay the night here tonight, because we've got to continue on to Jaywick in a minute, but I think it's a nice little spot to have some lunch.
Brendan had set out for Jaywick, a place long branded one of England's most deprived and forgotten corners.
Currently driving on a road called Jaywick Lane. Got little bungalows on the side of the road. Some new builds down there. Struggling to see really what's so terrible about Jaywick. No way. Must we just stay down here? Oh my god. Look at all that. Sounds like a flipping bonfire or something in there. Looks like a few of these bins have been set on fire a few times. Here we go, this looks a bit more seasidey. We've got a very depressing looking amusement arcade. We've got Choices Kebab House. We've got a Premier Shop. No Marks and Spencer's round here. Right, I didn't like the look of that St. Christopher's Way car park. I would have stuck out like a sore thumb there. would have ended up in a burnt out rubbish pile this van would have, so I don't think we're going to stay there tonight. But there's another little car park. We get stuck underneath a high barrier in Jaywick. We're going to get under there. God blimey, that's going to be tight. Nice and steady. Nice and steady. Right, we're in.
From the moment he arrived, the heavy silence, weary glances from locals, and streets frozen in time stirred an uneasy feeling. The houses were worn, their paint peeling, shops half open, and the roads eerily quiet. With care, Brendan chose a secluded parking lot for his overnight camp, keen to stay unnoticed. As an outsider, blending in felt like a shield. While sitting in his van, talking to his camera about the strange vibe, a sharp burst of loud music from a passerby's speaker shattered the stillness.
That's not a good sign. Whenever you see someone walking down the road with a Halford Special going past as well, playing music out of a portable speaker alone, I'm in the hood now. What is beyond those shores, eh? There's a couple of trips I'd surely like to do on the other side of, was it the English Channel, is it, in Europe? I think that'll all come in good time though. See a couple of windmills in the far distance there. I think we'll take a little walk along here, see what we can see, and it's not going to be long actually before the sun starts to dip, and then we'll cook our curry for the evening. But I feel a little bit more secure about that spot as opposed to where we were last time. But in all seriousness, my experience of Jaywick so far isn't as bad as what the press made out it to be. What kind of shops have we got in Jaywick then? Let's have a look. Get your carpet and vinyl, angel wood, buy any scooter or power chair. I've seen a few of them about actually. Yeah. Maybe he's got himself one.
In a bustling city, such noise might fade into the background, but in Jaywick's oppressive quiet, it felt like an alarm. Before dark, Brendan ventured to a nearby store for dinner supplies, moving cautiously through the silent streets. The shops, some still open, seemed untouched by time, making his quick errand feel like a covert mission. Back at the van, the unease lingered, heavy in the air. He cooked and ate while it was still light, avoiding attention.
And then what I'm thinking of doing with the rice is once the curry's cooked, put the lid on, make sure I try and keep as much heat in as possible, get the pan that I used last night to cook the pizza, put the rice in, fry it off, and then serve it basically, yeah. Rice in one pan, curry in a pot, all on one plate, boom, done. Right, I think that lamb is about ready. That is still protruding, but I think by the time we've added all the sauce, that should be cooked through. I don't want to overdo it because there's nothing worse than tough lamb or tough beef. Right, let's get the sauce in. I'm going to leave all the fat in there because that fat, oh, that smells good. That fat is flavour. Let's add just a little bit. That should do it, should it? I reckon. Oh, look at that. All that coconut milk slowly melting inside the curry there. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Sprinkle some in. I think that's our curry done. Nice and thickened up. Ready to put the lid on. Keep it nice and hot. Oh, loads of chunks of lamb. When I started cooking dinner, there was a few cars parked around me. There was a van over there. And now I am the only one in this car park, and I wonder why. I'm going to follow my gut instinct. I'm not parking here tonight. Just got a funny feeling about it. And I think when you have that feeling, best thing you can do is move on. Right, okay. I'll look for park for night. Find a lovely little spot. It isn't too far from where I am right now.
As night fell, he glanced out the window. Darkness had swallowed everything. No cars, no people, just him. Deciding Jaywick felt too unpredictable, he drove to an empty, pitch-black field, far from lights or homes.
There's apparently a quiet little park up at the end here, maybe. This'll do me. I'm alone, but I mean, there's no other houses around me, so it's not as if I'm alone in a housing estate. It is literally pitch black. Oh. Right. Let's get these curtains closed. I think I'm going to chill for the next couple hours before I start putting the bed together. And then hopefully have a good quiet night's sleep tonight. And then tomorrow, I think we're going to check out the island of Mersey, or Mersey Island, or whatever it's called. It's not too far from where I am right now. And maybe go and visit the city of Colchester before heading back to the Shire. But we parked up out by the, I don't know what you'd call it really. Right, I'm going to chill for a little bit, watch a little bit of James May, our guy in India, and I'll bring you back when I'm a little bit closer to going to bed. Yeah, not even a sound of a distant car, just how I like it. I don't think you can see much out there, but it's absolutely dead quiet. I'll see you in the morning. I think someone's outside the van. +2. Someone just tried the door. Hey! Right, whoever the that was has now gone. I'm gonna get out of here. Oh my god. Oh, fuck's sake.
The absolute silence there felt safer than the town's uncertainty. After preparing his sleeping area, he drifted off. At around 2:30 a.m., with the van shrouded in darkness, a rustling sound near the door jolted him awake. Someone was trying to get in.
Someone just tried the door. Hey!
His heart raced. The door was locked, but was it enough? In those fleeting seconds, the intruder failed to enter, but the moment changed everything.
Oh, I didn't want to leave you guys on a cliffhanger before I ended that video. As you can see, I didn't film a huge amount towards the end, but what happened directly after the last clip? Well, to say I was scared, you-know-whatless, would be an understatement. I wasn't exactly concentrating on, should I film this, should I film that, so there wasn't really a lot to film afterwards. I just, quite frankly, just wanted to go home. I was really, I wasn't in a good mind space. After cleaning a little bit of broken glass from my driver's seat and the dashboard, you'd be surprised how far glass goes when it smashes. I've been finding little bits everywhere, but the van was in no fit state to continue camping in, and nor was my headspace, should we say. So I made the long journey back home. I think it was a good three and a half hour drive back to my house in Shrewsbury.
Brendan hadn't just escaped a potential theft. He'd faced the stark reality that Jaywick's reputation for danger wasn't mere rumor. He'd lived it. Sleeping in a haunted cave. At first glance, it's just another adventure from Matt Fielder, the survivalist behind Field Days, a YouTube channel sharing raw experiences in untamed nature. But the video posted on October 3rd, 2021 was different, darker, stranger, unlike anything he'd done before. Matt decided to spend the night in an abandoned cave in a desolate desert, a place steeped in rumors of vanishings and eerie sounds.
Welcome to a solo camping in a haunted cave video. I've just been dropped off on the side of the road, which is probably about 2 k's that way. We are steaming our way through this dry bushland in search of this haunted cave. So the whole entire reason why we're doing this mission today, one of my real good mates who lives just up here, he said to me, he went to visit this cave, he walked into the cave, he reckons that there's a man-made ladder which you can climb down, and as he was climbing down the cave, he had this super uneasy feeling, like he reckons it was like nothing he's ever felt before, like he felt like he was like being watched. He had like cold shivers over his body, and he reckons he's like, this is like a pretty manly dude, and he reckons he was like fully wigging out, like he sort of went into the cave a little bit and he just had that feeling of like he was being watched or there was something going on in the cave. We are steaming towards the cave right now, and once we find the cave, we're going to crawl inside. We are going to sleep there for the whole entire night. I've got very little stuff in this backpack. I'll show you guys what we got soon, but it's just you, me, a GoPro, a handful of batteries, and that's it for the night. We're going to go sleep in this so-called haunted cave.
What started as a typical camping trip became something he never anticipated. Matt, always chasing unique challenges, heard about the cave from a friend. Tucked in a scorching, uninhabited desert, near his home, it was notorious for the heavy, unseen presence some felt inside. It's like something's behind you or standing next to you, his friend warned. For Matt, that was enough to commit to a night in the cave.
All right, so we do not have a lot in this bag. I've got a Leatherman. I've been reunited with my old flint. So if we need to start a fire inside the cave, we can start a fire. We've got a Leatherman. I've got the oldest, cheapest little headlamp, which no longer has a strap. It's literally just a little torch. So that's what we're gonna use to crawl through the cave if it gets really dark. We've got the GoPro head camera, just in case we see. We've got a trusty knife. Probably won't be using that, but it's good to have. For dinner, we have a 5-star meal of Australian-made baked beans. Now, that is what I'm talking about right there. We've got baked beans, a box of GoPro batteries, and that's pretty much all I've got. That is the whole entire contents of this bag. So I'm not bringing any water on this mission with me. I would have been walking for probably three and a half hours now. My mouth is completely dried up. Look at this. My spit, my saliva is actually white and fluffy.
Determined to see if something truly otherworldly lurked there, he packed a light, a flashlight, fire-starting tools, a knife, and a small can for dinner. But he overlooked one critical item, water. Hoping to find moisture in the cave, perhaps damp walls or dripping stalactites, he set off.
We're doing nothing but walking. And I tell you what, this cave is nowhere in sight. It's boiling hot. I found the 4-wheel drive track that I'm supposed to stick on. I suppose this is the track. It's the only one I can see or find. So that's what we're doing, we're walking. But I tell you what, I've got the dryers from hell. It's bloody hot. Flies are friendly. Life's good. We're getting it done. Okay. We have possibly made it to the destination. Big walk. So this is the cave, which we are going to call home until it's morning. So once I go in, we are not coming back out of this cave until the sun comes up tomorrow morning. And if there is weird ghost activities or something like that, I'm going to push myself to the limit to stay in this cave as long as I possibly can until something like physically hurts me, touches me, and then I'm crawling my ass out of there. But this is the cave and it is not what I expected. This is it. This is the entrance to the bedroom for the night, and it is not what I expected at all. Quickly have a look at this. Hello? Oi! Oh man. Alright, so as you can see, we've made it to the entrance of the cave. Here it is, literally standing above the hole right now. What we're gonna do is we're gonna jump on this shonky ladder. Okay, outside world, I'll see you tomorrow morning when we're climbing out of this cave. Look at the size of it. This is just the entrance of the cave here. And then obviously it just goes back into the darkness there. Look at that. There's big cracks which just continue down by the looks of it. Haven't been down there yet, but just have a look at this. Full on stalagmites hanging off the roof. These big vines that just continue all the way up to the top there.
The trek was grueling, the sun merciless, and thirst began to gnaw at him. Yet Matt stayed upbeat, fueled by excitement. After 4 hours of walking through the silent, searing desert, the cave's entrance loomed like a shadowy enigma. He vowed to stay, no matter what he encountered, unless it physically harmed him.
Hello?
Descending a metal ladder, the light faded, and the air grew thick with an oppressive weight. Twisted roots and branches jutted from the walls, both beautiful and unsettling. Matt paused, struck by the same eerie sensation his friend described.
Let's see if we can make our way down, and then we're going to continue. It looks like it goes around that dark hole, so we're just going to go down that dark hole, see where we end up. Well, if this is not a form of living, I'm not really too sure what is. Have a go at this. This is home for the night, and pretty bloody excited about it. Look at it. I understand why old mate was getting a little bit freaked out though. It definitely has that spooky feeling about it in here. Wow. Right now there is not one sound except for my voice. There's not one peep. Just listen to this, listen. What's this hole? Oh my God, what goes down there? That is hectic. Do you reckon I can get in there? Oh. All right, that's an extremely small hole, but it would fit a human body. So, one of the challenges during the night is to go down there. It's very hard for you guys to see this, but it looks like it opens up on the other side. So that's one of our challenges for the night, is to crawl through that hole. There's a lot of different little gaps, holes and gullies. This looks like there might be a little bit of water over here maybe.
A presence, not just from the darkness, but from something unseen. Moving cautiously deeper, he noticed large, peculiar holes in the walls, big enough for a person to fit inside. Intrigued, he set himself a challenge to explore one. One hole stood out, different from the rest, its shape oddly deliberate.
Look at this. Okay, this is very interesting. So I found another hole. Now this hole, you would not be able to fit a human body. Well, I wouldn't be able to fit down that hole. It's not wide enough for my shoulders to be able to go down the very end there. If I went down, I don't reckon I'd be able to get back up. But something uses this hole. It looks like it's a pretty well used. I can't see any paw prints. I can't see footprints. But something has made that hole. That's interesting. I wonder what's going to be crawling around here tonight, because that is definitely cat, fox, dog, I don't know, ghost, spirit, something. Oh my God. I could spend weeks exploring in here. Look at this thing. This goes right up in here. All the way around the back there. Dude. This one goes down there, all the way down. I can follow that crack. This is crazy. Completely deep under the earth right now. Check this out. If I turn the torch off, there's absolutely no light in here. This is next level. Oh, what's that? Oh. Okay. That's a boat mission. That's not for a human. That gets really small and hectic. Okay. Okay. Tell you what, mate, if you were claustrophobic, you'd be having a nightmare right now. It's pretty hard to breathe. It's very humid. The air's like really thick, humid in here. But that hole ain't going. I'm not going down there. If I get stuck, ain't no one pulling me out. So we'll get out of here. We'll keep exploring around. There's a few more holes that I would like to crawl down. Oh, see if I can get, it's done a good start. This is definitely something that I did not think about at all. All right, so there is one thing that I didn't think about when I come into this little camping cave Ghostbuster mission, and it's the mosquitoes. Millions. When I say millions, I'm talking millions of mosquitoes in here. My knuckles are getting smoked, my knees, my legs, everything, every bit of exposed skin is getting punished right now.
Crawling inside with effort, he quickly retreated, aware that getting stuck could trap him with no one to help. Then, a strange sound stops him cold. He froze, trying to pinpoint it, but if the camera didn't capture it, only he heard it.
It's just something I've never heard before. Very strange sound. The first one was a rock falling. Way over there somewhere there was a rock which it just sort of like, it just rolled for ages and then it sort of just hit another rock on the bottom. But the second sound, I froze, man. I was like frozen, like I couldn't move. I was just waiting for something just to like whack me. It's just strange, very strange feeling in here. But when my mate said he's being watched, I'm feeling that feeling. I have 100% feeling uneasy in this cave right now. It's only 8:30 at night and I'm not feeling comfortable. I'm not gonna lie, but at the same time, it's just a cave. It's just anything else. So, all right, so a fair bit of time has passed. We're still sitting here. Two extremely weird noises I've heard now. One, I swear to God, it was the ladder that I come into the cave on. It was swinging. Now, I think I'm just tripping balls, but I swear to God, it was the ladder swinging. And second thing is just that weird sound I heard again. It's just a very strange noise, but can't really put my finger on what it is. I don't think it's bats. I don't know what it is. But anyway, it is about 11 o'clock at night right now, and we are going to dig into the baked beans.
Lying down to rest, two more sounds followed. One like a metal object falling, the other vague and unplaceable, leaving him disoriented.
We're nearly at midnight. One crazy thing is, it's a full moon tonight as well, so all of the weird things are in our favor. I did have a spoon for my baked beans, but the spoon is gone, so we're just gonna drink it out of the can. It's still gonna be delicious as always. That is beautiful. Baked beans in a haunted cave. Oh my fucking God. That was the sound. That is the sound. Did you hear that? Look at my arms. I got full goosebumps. It's the chains moving when I climb down the ladder. It's a big, heavy, thick chain. Wind can't move that. Holy shit. I really hope you guys heard that chain move just then. It is 100% now. I heard it before. I'm 100% certain it's the chain that I walked in, that you climbed down into this cave on. It's moving. Now, you can't move that chain with wind. It's way too heavy. There is no wind coming in here. There's no wind even fork up. Holy shit.
fucking God. You must have heard that just then. Look at my arms, dude. Oh, this is fucked.
As he ate his canned beans, trying to distract himself by talking to the camera, the noises returned. This time, the camera was rolling, catching everything. Matt recognized the sound as the heavy metal ladder. He descended, too heavy to be moved by anything but strong force. Yet the night was windless. Fear took hold.
That chain's moving. The only thing it can be, like, this is a public cave. People can come in this cave. The thing that's strange, it's like 11 o'clock at night. Why would anyone come in here? And the chain moved but didn't, like, if you're gonna walk down the chain, it will swing the whole entire way. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna swing, but this isn't swinging. This is just moving, rapidly moving, and stops. It's the third time it's happened now. And I'm almost about to abort mission.
He stood, no longer able to stay calm. The camera's audio betrayed his shift from curiosity to dread. At first, he rationalized it might be another person in a public place, but another sound, heard while the camera was off, pushed him to act. He packed up, desperate to leave.
I've got my backpack back on, and I'm booting on out of here. I just heard a sound. It's not normal. It's definitely not a normal sound, and I'm scared shitless. I'm not gonna lie. That sound, it was not normal. It's probably about 2.5 hours after I checked in with you guys, so it would be around 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning, and that sound was not normal. I'm getting out of here. Yeah. The bats, can you listen to this? Just listen for 2 seconds. Hear the bats? They're going, the bats are flying around here. They've not done that yet.
As he moved, bats swarmed from the ceiling, the air thick with that same oppressive weight.
This is the ladder that was making the sounds. Now you're trying to tell me that this big ladder, something has to move this. And it has to move it because a rock fell and rolled all the way down here somewhere. I don't know. I don't want to go. I don't want to leave this cave. I want to stay here and do the whole night, but that noise was just scary. I might sit up here. I might just chill here. I'm not going back down there, but... Okay, I'm going to make a decision to stay in here for the whole entire night. If I quit now, I'm going to be pissed off at myself. I will be really angry. So I'm going to stay here. I'm just freaking out a little bit because of just because my mate, what he said, and then the sounds and the chain wiggling doesn't make any sense to me at all. But at the same time, it's like, it's not real. So whatever, I'm going to stay here. I'm going to stay in here till the sun rises. What I'm doing right now, this is the chain.
Near the entrance, he paused, listening and scanning the darkness. Calming slightly, he decided to stay near the mouth of the cave for the night. It was a grueling ordeal, but he endured until dawn. As sunlight crept in, the cave felt less menacing.
This is psycho. Hey, good bloody morning to ya. It is the morning. We have spent the whole entire night in this cave. Some of the most craziest, most busted ass sounds I've heard in my life were happening last night. Like, I'm talking sounds that give me chills, dude. Like, I'm proper chills. I'm here, I'm still alive, I haven't been murdered, I haven't been taken by a ghost or a spirit. So that's a bloody good thing. The sun has just come up. I've actually been sleeping here on this rock after about 3 o'clock this morning. I was so tired, so thirsty. I just sat down here like exactly like this. I put my head on this rock and I was out cold. I've been sleeping like this from 3:30 until now. So look, last night was just an incredible night of being scared, having goosebumps, walking around trying to find the sound. The sound that I was hearing last night was just incredible. But the thing that freaks me out more than the sound, more than anything, is 100% this. So originally, where I was trying to sleep last night was, see that little gap there? I was under that gap and to the right, so it goes hollow around the back of that cave. I was just laying down in there, we were eating the baked beans, and this ladder had movement. And I'm not talking movement like this, it was moving like this, but then it would just stop. Now you tell me how the hell that ladder moves without somebody pushing it, touching it. I got no idea. I want to get up, get out of this cave and see if there's somebody, a car up there or something, because that's it. It's creepy, and I'm never coming back to this cave again.
Matt emerged unharmed but uncertain. Were those sounds just the ladder, or metal? Or was something else there? Its presence felt only through the chilling echoes he alone heard. Wild camping at Clop Hill. On October 31, 2021, Halloween night, Claire, the nature-loving single mother behind the YouTube channel Wildbear, posted a video that would haunt her forever. Known for finding peace in the quiet of the wilderness, Claire decided to camp at a place most avoid even in broad daylight, the abandoned St. Mary's Church in Clop Hill, England, a site steeped in dark tales of grave robbing and mysterious rituals. As she approached the church, a heavy, inexplicable feeling gripped her. What had really happened here? Were the stories true? Curiosity mixed with a flicker of fear, but she pressed on. Warning signs littered the area a no staying after dusk.
Fortunately, I can't camp at the actual church because I've said satanic rituals. Over the years, people have dug up bones and all sorts from graves. There's been a murder down on the A6 known as the A6 murder. That's the road just over there, I believe. So yeah, lots has happened here, and understandably the church has been closed for overnight visitors, and there are cameras and alarms everywhere. So I've been up to have a look at the church, and I'm staying somewhere nearby where I feel like I won't be disturbed. Yeah, I like this little bit of woods. I don't think I'll be disturbed here. I'm gonna do a bivvy today, so really stay off. I've not got another shelter if it rains, just a bivvy, so I think it's gonna be a nice night actually. Just gotta wait around till it gets dark. See if there's any spooky noises tonight.
The plan had shifted, and the uncertainty of what lurked in the Halloween darkness set the tone. With no choice but to adapt, Claire found a spot in the surrounding forest to sleep, wary of potential rain that could force her to move. She ignored the unease gnawing at her, donning a Halloween costume to lighten the mood.
Up there, really close by, so I'm further away from the path now. I'm closer to a road, but it's pretty well hidden with all the undergrowth still, so I think that'll be okay. It's just starting to get dark now, so I'm gonna get my little bed made up, and then I think we'll make some dinner soon.
Before night fell, she explored the area, only to hear a strange sound, faint but distinct enough to catch her attention. After hearing more odd noises, she relocated to a spot that felt safer, carefully setting up her small sleeping bag and smoothing the ground. But the forest refused to stay silent.
So that's my Thermarest Extherm mat, my Trekology Aloft pillow, I've got my Grab 900, really toasty in there, and my Alpkit Hunker Bivvy over the outside. So if it does rain, I'll stay nice and dry. It's just that little bit where your mouth and nose come out. love owls. Hello. I don't know what that noise is. What is that?
As darkness deepened, the sound seemed to warn her to leave. Determined to salvage some comfort, Claire prepared dinner, hoping to ease the eerie atmosphere. While cooking, a loud, siren-like wail shattered the silence, startling her. Unable to pinpoint its source, she tried to eat, but the sound lingered in her mind. Sitting at her camp chair, Claire shared chilling stories about the church. Graves desecrated years ago, bones suspiciously unearthed.
So, some bits and bobs about St Mary's Church. That's the church we had a look at earlier. So it's 400 years old, abandoned in 1848. So the church first hit the headlines in March 1963 when satanic graffiti was scrawled on the church walls and several graves disturbed. One body was removed with her bones arranged on a makeshift altar, her skull impaled on a metal spike, and a cockerel was also found sacrificed apparently. Now I don't know how true this stuff is, kind of folklore around here, everyone sort of knows about it. The grave disturbances were definitely true, they're all in the papers. I don't know how true the cockerel bit is. And the news coverage of that led to further attacks on the same grave, which were again attacked and desecrated on Midsummer's Eve of 1969. And the significance of Midsummer's Eve obviously is tied in with witchcraft. So graves were again opened in 1975, human bones scattered across the church floor, and there was another one in 1979. So there's been a lot of weird stuff going on up at that church. Yes, and then in 1961, James Hanratty, who became known as the A6 murderer, abducted a man and woman from their home and ordered them to drive to Dead Man's Hill. So we're also near a place called Dead Man's Hill where a murder took place. I believe this was at gunpoint. Yeah, so a man was shot dead and a woman shot 5 times, leaving her paralysed, and this happened on the A6 in a lay-by just over there somewhere. And Hanratty was hanged for murder at Bedford Jail and was one of the last 8 people in the UK to be executed before capital punishment was abolished. So yeah, quite interesting. Lots of really weird stuff's happened here. Apart from some odd noises, I can't report of anything.
To shake off the dread, she wandered from her camp, hoping the trees or natural sounds would calm her. Suddenly, another strange noise cut through the darkness. She froze, listening intently, then hurried back to her camp.
Okay. I've lost my bed. How have I lost my bed? Okay, that's not even funny.
But the forest had turned disorienting. Trees blurred together, sounds merged, and the path back was unclear. Panic set in. For a moment, she was lost, but after a deep breath and focus, she spotted her camp and sighed in relief.
Disoriented. Where did I come from? Oh my god, it's over there. Thank god. Jesus Christ. Okay. Maybe I stay near my bed now. Okay.
Settling into her sleeping bag, the forest finally seemed to calm her, and Claire felt a fleeting sense of peace.
So pretty. Good night, wild ones. See you in the morning. see the red eyes over there? I'm just going to assume they were deer eyes. Freaky. Really freaky. I don't like the red eyes. I keep telling myself it's just because I had my red light on my head torch, that's why the eyes look red. And if I had the white light on, they would have just been white, because they're just deer eyes. But it's all that talk of devil worship and stuff, and then seeing red eyes in the woods, it's not the one.
But as her eyes grew heavy, a chilling sensation hit her. Something was watching. A steady piercing gaze from the darkness, like two red points glowing faintly. Time stopped. Even breathing felt impossible. Frozen, she didn't know whether to move, flee, or pretend she felt nothing. The fear was visceral.
Morning! So cozy. That's where the eyes were last night. I got 6 hours sleep last night, which is really, really good for me on a wild camp. I usually get anything between 2 and 4 hours, so 6 is great. Especially when I was thinking I was being stalked by a demon. Nice morning!
This is a bit strange.
So, look at this tree here. That's been cut with an axe or something. There's no stump down here, so this tree's been cut with an axe and placed here, like jammed in with this one. What would be the point of that? That's just strange, isn't it?
The night passed, and Claire emerged from the forest unharmed. But those red points still haunt her. Were they an animal's eyes, the trick of light, or something better left unknown?